Whoa! I'm not gonna say nurse. I'm not gonna do it. No, damn it, Track. I wasn't gonna say it this week.
Yeah, and I wanted to say it.
Oh, that's valid. You know, sometimes the most sincerest form of flattery is nurse. Wait, how's that
Mimicry?
phrase?
Mimicry, I think.
Oh, mimicry. Little copycat ass.
I mean, I'm trying to be like you. I've never denied that.
What are your favorite qualities about me?
The labor sigh.
I love the deep sigh. Damn. Oh no. That's rough.
That was so funny. Say no more. I understand. That's how I also feel about myself. I know. I'm just kidding. Hello. If you are here and you are hearing our wee little giggles, you are at Higher Education, episode 9. Wow. We're really doing it, y'all. We're almost to the double digits. And we are a Strixhaven Universe 5th edition from the one thing with a holy original story and an incredible cast. We're also presented by Penny Dragon Games. You can do !PDG in the chat to check out some info about them. They're in between $1 one-shots right now, so make sure that you follow them on their website and on their socials so you can get notified the next $1 one-shot they put up on Kickstarter, which are really quick turnaround and get you lots and lots of juicy stuff to either build a campaign around or plug and play into when you've already got going. It's good stuff. I think both the previous ones have been funded in like 30 minutes on Kickstarter. So people are a fan. Why aren't you a fan? Now's the time. You can also do, I don't know why the bot's not working. Sorry, Mocho. You can also do exclamation point sponsors in the chat to check out our other sponsors. Let me see if I can fix that really quick because that's kind of important that you're able to do the things. Y'all vamp really quick.
Vampires.
Vampires.
Well, we wanted to vamp, right? So
I've actually been wanting to run vampire for the longest time, but I've never gotten the chance.
Do it. It's very
fun.
fun.
Like I'd kill it.
You really would.
Get it? Because they're all dead. Okay. Oh my god, what is this?
I don't know. We're vamping, Vano.
Oh no, now my thing is
There's
stuck.
too much pressure.
No, I would love to see you like be a storyteller for like Vampire or any of the World of Darkness games, honestly. I think you'd absolutely nail it.
I agree.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'd be really into that. I'd be interested in trying my hand at it. I think I've been kind of like staying away because it has such an intense world and setting baked into the game and the system itself. And I'm very, 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 very much a homebrew facilitator. So I think that's been putting me off. But I think if I just get over that.
I've been playing in exclusively games of Vampire that say fuck the lore, especially because of the fact that the lore is like deeply racist and ableist in like a lot of ways.
I've heard that too. Yeah,
it is. So like honestly, like if like knowing you as a person, like when you play Vampire, you're gonna end up throwing a bunch of it out anyway and like homebrewing some shit. So like.
It just sucks that you feel like you have to read it first to be able to like engage with like, but then also kind of know you don't, like you have a good enough understanding and grasp of like story that you could just be like, I know what it means to tell a vampire story.
Wikis also exist
before.
Wikis also exist that will like summarize the important stuff for you, so like you don't really have to go and read the whole thing.
I'm just like, from a game design and world building and GM perspective, I just really don't like it when games, I like it when games have settings. I don't like it when the settings come with like a timeline that's like from the beginning of man. And it like takes it like beat by beat through like every empire to the present day. And I'm like, this is extremely unnecessary and very not player friendly and also not GM friendly. And this is just bad game design. But that is a tirade I can go on for a long time on a different channel.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know shit about vampire lore. Okay, and just
I think they're afraid of rivers.
So what's the point of
because we don't need to. We don't need to engage with the like baked in lore to play the game. And yeah.
New lore, who dis? Thank you for vamping about vamps. The command should be working now, so check out PDG. That's who we're presented by, Penny Dragon Games. Check out exclamation point sponsors to check out all our other sponsors that we are working with today. All fantastic and amazing and make incredible assets to up the pedigree of your home game or produced game, whatever is your pleasure. You can also do exclamation point HECW to check out our content warnings for the show, and you can do exclamation point cast to see everybody who's playing with, and you can also check out Liv, who is not with us today but is still very important, and you should follow them on all the things in this stuff. And you can do exclamation point wiki in the chat to check out our Obsidian portal, which has an adventure log, a detailed adventure log there if you want to catch up on previous episodes in a written format. And you can do exclamation point HE to get some more info about the show, including a link to our podcast, which you can also find on any of your fave podcast apps. And if we're not on there for some reason, let me know and I'll plug it in. Just at me, bro. And if you want to tweet about the show or any social media platform for that matter, make sure you use hashtag HigherEdRPG, and don't forget to follow the channel here. Without further ado, let's check in with our players. Connie, you want to kick us off?
Yes. Hi, I'm Connie, kicking us all off. Straight to the heart. My pronouns are they, he, and she. You can find me across the internet at by Connie Chung. Better than straight to the crotch. That's what I was trying to say around. Talk around. Pronouns they, he, and she. Across the internet by Connie Chung, BYCONICHANG. Tonight I am playing Stag, Mystagogue Stag Swellgraves, who is a Goliath barbarian. And they're kind of a thembo, a shibo, a herbo, one might even say. Not a bimbo, very different. A herbo, thembo, shibo. Very big muscle, non-binary whammon, who is definitely, like, that's it. You know, there's no greater depth to her or what she's up to. We don't have to worry about any of that. She's just going around being a knucklehead. That's it. Nothing else. I'm going to pass things over to Vumna.
Vumna?
Oh my God. This has thrown everything out of whack. Hello. I'm not supposed to be next. Hello, everybody. My name is Humna, and I use any and all pronouns. And today I will be playing Jaisha, who uses they, Ray pronouns. And Jaisha is our Earth Genasi sorcerer, blood hunter, who is learning a little bit more about Rare family. And is not into Stag, no matter what Stag thinks. Please.
Why would you say that?
Yeah, now
strange that you would say that.
I just needed to be clear. No, I needed to be very clear, you know, like
no one brought it up, you know what I mean? And you just offered it, which is a little strange.
I just don't like to be misunderstood, and I just feel like there's a lot of misunderstandings happening here, so I'm just clearing the air.
Okay, but like you were seen under the
kissing tree.
The kissing tree.
I wonder what the.
But then we were seen under the breakup tree.
That's
Sorry,
Grayson will be saying.
What'd you say, Drac?
No, I'm just wondering what the little gossip column might say.
Oh no, not this!
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
I just think it'd be very interesting.
I mean, it's either that or the orgy that happened in your workshop.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fodder going around.
That's so true.
There's a lot of fodder.
And with that, I'm gonna pass it over to Drac.
Yes, hi. I'm Drac or Draconics. I use he, they pronouns, and I play Barugosh. He uses she, he, they pronouns. They are the owner of the workshop that the orgy took place in, the Gorgon inventor, and the owner and builder of Star, the large, medium-sized construct that they have with them walking around. And the same, just like Stag, there's nothing more to them, really. They're just happy-go-lucky Gorgon inventor. Nothing more to know.
Huh. Why would you say that?
What do you mean? I just
y'all are
wanted to make
offering
sure
up too much info. Has no one taught y'all how to lie before? Good gravy.
I'm going to throw it over to C.
Speaking of liars, hi everyone, my name is C.
A professional.
Say the pronouns. Professional at it, actually. Somebody did teach me how to lie, and by me I mean Ecstasy, who is my character here today, who also uses they them pronouns, who, you know, is also a totally normal poetry student here at Strixhaven University. And there is absolutely nothing going on with them. And that is actually like completely believable. A completely believable lie, because have you ever met such a well-adjusted individual who definitely only studies poetry and not like summoning rituals for demons?
Y'all are
See, I think
so
you fucked up because
weird.
you said that it was a believable lie, so you admitted that it's a lie.
And you also went into so much detail
Popcorn.
that nobody asked for. How are y'all making the same mistake one after another after I'm explaining to you why it is not an effective method for lying? I'm so confused.
Listen, X is just trying to fit in with the crowd, okay? If that means they have to be worse at lying, then that's okay.
Oh my God, that's cerebral. Okay, I'm going to intentionally be bad at lying so they fit in with a group that is also bad at lying, and no one suspects that I am an outlier who actually knows how to be lying. Wow. Yeah. No.
That's 4D chess right there.
Fucking 6D chess. Let's go.
I don't know what the end game is here, though, because like
Friendship, found family, Jaisha. You know.
Does X want that?
Oh no, not higher education, Pretty Little Liars.
Don't give in to the peer pressure. I have nothing to lie about. My lie is that everything will be fine today and nothing bad will happen. And I mean it.
Yes.
Maybe that actually will happen.
Now, Vanna, didn't you just tell us what was and wasn't a good lie?
I'm not
You said my good lie for today would be.
Yeah, you literally prefaced this with "This is your lie."
No, I said I have no lies. I said
yeah, and then you said my good lie for today is, and then you said
I'm trying to rewrite the narrative, Vanna. We have it on tape. We have it on the record.
Okay.
Roll the tape. Roll it again.
I blacked out, and some other entity used my mouth as a speaking piece to say such a thing.
We've all been there.
That's more worrying.
You know what I mean. It's ecstasy.
See, I'm concerned because X does know what you mean, and I would like for that to not be true.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, the only other thing I want to talk to you about before we get started is we do have a daily goal. I forgot to mention exclamation point goal in the chat. Mocho, thanks for already contributing $22 to that. Our goal is $100 per episode. If we hit that goal, we'll do some bonus scene material for you at some point, sometime in the universe in perpetuity. So check that out. And if you tip at that link, the money you share there goes between all of us equally. So you'll be supporting the whole cast all in one fell swoop. And also I'm Vanna, and I'll be your GM and producer and everything else today. Truth teller. But I think that's it. Am I forgetting anything, friends? No. Oh, Connie has a frog now.
I do. I have a frog. Her name is Clementine. She's a war criminal.
Why do you say
All
that?
the best frogs are.
What?
I thought we weren't supposed to talk about it. Why do you offer the subject?
I thought we were, you know what? Honesty hour from Connie about Clementine. Her enclosure is so fucking good. Like, her enclosure is so cute. It's hard to take a picture of though because the glass is so reflective. But it looks awesome. She has a little like onsen, like hot spring area, and this house. You know, like this cute little house. And
she live in Lorge.
Hutch. She's live in Lorge, and I put several pothos cuttings in there, or seeded, because they know what they're doing with pothos. Yeah, like a little like sakura tree. Yeah,
so
she's
cute.
living large.
Hear me out. 24/7 Clementine live feed.
Ooh.
Show us the Clementine cam. Get the Clementine cam.
I think we need it.
Now.
Where's the Clem cam?
Listen, what's the dono goal for Clem cam?
Oh my god. That's up to Connie.
If it was $200 for my beatboxing, I will name one of the bugs I feed her after you. I don't know.
After me? Who are you talking to?
No, I think the audience, after the audience.
You will name one of the bugs chat?
Yeah, I'll name the bug chat. We get 200. For a clem cam, like a live feed? Like
yeah, like a second camera that you hook up to your computor that is pointed at Clementine's enclosure.
That's a lot of money and time.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna set that at an easy 1,000. Easy.
All right, let's go. You heard it here, folks.
Easy
$1,000.
chat. Let's do it. Let's do it.
$1,000 and we get clem cam. Look, we need this.
Oh my god, my face
I need
hurts.
this. So please help me.
I am in a deep
The enclosure
depression.
is so cute.
And the only thing that will help is more Clementine.
Literally, I am dying. It's terminal, and the only thing that can save me is a clem cam.
Are
so
you dying?
I'm not.
Oh. You jinxed it now. You're gonna wake up tomorrow and be dying.
Oh my god.
Like in real life, Jaisha.
Yeah. You, Humna. You're gonna wake up tomorrow and go,
Oh,
and you're gonna have the
okay.
deep knowledge in your mind that, oh my god, it's happening.
Jesus.
Damn, am I getting cursed by Vanna live on stream?
Now you are.
I think you literally just got cursed.
Yeah, I think you did.
I'm seeking anyone who's good at curse removals because apparently I need one now.
It's
so.
like a third level spell. It's you know,
Remove curse.
tie
Yeah,
up there.
can you-
Donate to
can somebody-
uncurse Humna.
Yeah, like,
Can someone DM me and like I could really use some help.
Don't DM Humna. Don't ask people to DM you.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, don't actually. That was a joke.
Leave them alone. Anyway, y'all are silly, goofy
Oh my
goosies.
God.
Shall we play a game? That sounded very soft.
that sounded very menacing. Yeah, it did.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Wait, next arc we get kidnapped by what's his name from
Yes.
Saw?
What's
Jigsaw?
Circle Boy.
Jigsaw?
Yeah.
Jigsaw.
Did you call him Circle Boy?
Yeah, the spiral. That's what Stag would say.
I thought that's how you
Circle Boy.
described
Circle Boy.
bikes. You know, the wheel, the circles. The circles on them.
Yeah, the thing with circles on them.
No, I'm super into a
Like
Saw
horror movie.
arc. No, I
I'm
love
actually into
doing
that.
horror shit. I mean,
Vanna, you're a
say
little too
less.
excited to torture us in character. This is all
I'm
I'm
into
gonna
it. Let's
say.
go.
Excuse me for
Please do
stealing
it.
your gig. I apologize. Anyway, we're gonna get started. I'm parting the veil, bitches. So everybody had kind of a raucous slumber in this evening, and I just want to check in if upon waking there is anything anybody wanted to do or sort of have a vignette of before I introduce the sort of start I have in mind. I just don't want to step on toes if there was an RP moment you wanted to get out after Dreamtown.
I don't have an RP moment. Just a reminder to everyone that Jaisha fell asleep somewhere in Ciro's bog last night
Oh,
and
yeah.
is awaking in the bog.
Oh God. I think Stag, this doesn't have to be like a scene, but I think upon waking from that very disturbing and unsettling dream, she would have gotten up and written about it. She would have like taken out her little songwriting journal, the secret one that's disguised as a history book, and just written a few lyrics, a few images, like black glass, stretching hands, being pulled back in, sinking back in, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then she would try a few melodies, like hum it, and hear a kind of scuffling in the corner and realize that Spat Rat is in his enclosure. So she'd go over to Spat Rat's enclosure and feed him, and then look at him, pick him up, stroke him, pet him, and kind of hum at him.
Aw. What is his reaction to your humming?
I hope it's good. I hope he doesn't like try to bite Stag's face off.
No, I mean personally I'm picturing like the birds that dance when you sing.
Yeah, I think he's really into it then. I think he's grooving, right? His little nose is twitching, his whiskers are going.
Yeah, very cute. Perfect. Anybody else?
He's like
Does
the,
Elspeth dance?
I was just gonna say he's like the raccoon in that viral video who's milli rocking on camera.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Draconos. Stag's milli rocking with him.
I'm picturing that the dog where someone is off camera just pushing gently on its head, so it looks like it's like
yeah,
oh
like
goodness.
bobbing.
Yeah, the perfect head jam. That's right. Anybody else?
X sneaks quietly, silently back into their shared room with Baru, and would kind of just fold themselves up on their bed and not sleep, but just lay there for as long as it felt necessary.
I feel like I need to start giving you levels of exhaustion. I don't understand when X sleeps.
I don't either. You might actually. Oop.
All right, take a level of exhaustion. Let's go.
Oh God. Okay.
Go to
Actions
sleep
meet
sometime,
consequences.
bitch. God damn.
They don't know how.
Wait, I have to watch this
The
raccoon
raccoon is
video.
so. Oh fuck.
Oh no, I can't listen to the music probably. Oh my God, he's really doing it.
He's grooving.
How is he doing that? That's a smart baby. Weird. Oh my God, weird. Everybody Google raccoon hitting the milli rock. If you can hear my voice,
That's Fat Rat.
pause this media immediately.
I find it so funny that the raccoon's doing it better than the woman in front of him.
She's white, Drac. What do you want from her? God damn.
Oh, fuck.
Jaisha,
Okay,
I would like to know maybe Jaisha's reaction upon waking up in the bog, and then I assume having to get back to Zuo House in some way.
I think that Jaisha had gone towards Ciro's like hut that is in the bog, trying to sort of find somewhere inside to sleep. But I assume that Ciro keeps it locked, obviously, so that, you know, other people don't get into their projects and everything. So when Ray arrived, it was locked, and Ray is not very good at lock picking and all of that other stuff. Never had to learn how to do that. So I think they just kind of found like a comfortable-ish spot of ground somewhere, and like near the hut, and just kind of curled up and went to sleep. And so Jaisha wakes up the next morning covered in mud and all sorts of like grime from the plants. It's like in their hair. It's like gotten, I think, into the crevices of their like crystal vitiligo as well, kind of like smattering all over them. And they wake up, and Ray did not sleep well last night. I don't think it wasn't quite restful. I mean, how can it be?
A level of exhaustion. Okay.
Oh my God, why? Why you gotta do this to me?
You're the one who said it. I don't know. What do you want
I
from me?
still slept. Okay, all right. Okay, it's fine. It's chill. Level of exhaustion.
Who else is tired? Let's go. Let's light this candle.
No, ma'am. I slept well. I promise.
Yeah, sure you fucking did.
Exempted herself with her morning songwriting.
That's
She was
right.
tired, but no longer.
Disgusting. Fine. Then we're gonna double down on this. Jaisha wakes up with bags under their eyes, and
I think they like try and get some of the mud out of Rare Hair at first, and not really being able to get all of it out, I think just kind of sits up against like a stump and just kind of goes over the dream again, and particularly the part of the dream where Ray had met Apathy. Or sorry, fuck. What was the agony? Agony. I knew it was an AY thing.
It's a fine line. It's a fine line, to be honest.
Where Ray had met Agony, and then seeing X awake but not remembering. And I think that image in particular is kind of like replaying over and over in their head, and kind of go, okay. I don't think they know. Maybe they do know. I don't know. And I think they just kind of like are wrestling with themselves about like what to do with this information, whether or not to tell the others, to tell Stag, Baru, and Ciro, and
what to do. And I think that is kind of like how they start their morning. It's very anxious. It's very like not very restful. And eventually Jaisha gets up and does the quote unquote walk of shame back to Zuograve's house, covered in mud and grime and not looking great.
Yeah, I think you're definitely also like picking off some pests from you as well that have just sort of gotten in there with the grime, and they're harmless, but they are just sort of squirmy and getting into whatever crevices they can find. What about Baru?
Baru slept rather well. And I mean, they had a like the first pleasant dream in quite a while, and as they wake up, I think they wake up with the kind of calmness and its happiness kind of like seeps into real life for a moment. And I think laying there, it doesn't take too long before she remembers that it was all a dream, and just lets out a little sigh before concentrating and checking if they can hear the ringing, if they can feel the ice burning. And when they see that they don't, they pull their sleeping mask off, and I think we'll start their day like normal. They didn't have any, since it was just a very normal dream, it wasn't any like eureka or epiphany moment in dream. She doesn't go straight to working on any contraptions. She goes over to her desk, that kind of like rubs her face, and I see they see X awake, or yes,
Yeah.
Just kind of gives a small smile. Says, "Morning."
Good morning, Baru. Did you sleep well?
Yeah. I slept well. How about you?
I went sleepwalking again. I found Jaisha also sleepwalking.
Oh, should we lock the doors?
It doesn't really matter if you lock the doors. I think I'd be able to get out anyway.
Oh, or is Jaisha okay?
They were covered in water, but awake the last time I saw them, so should be fine. I think they walked into the lake, but woke themselves up.
Should we lock should we, instead of locking Jaisha's door?
I believe that is a fire hazard. I don't trust Jace's ability to escape a room as much as I trust my own.
Oh, okay. Well, we should talk to Jaisha later. That's a drowning hazard, isn't it? Just what if she's drowned? What if they drowned in their sleep? Does that happen? I've never talked to anyone who slept walk.
I don't know. I didn't start sleepwalking until I arrived at Strix, so I'm not sure.
That's weird. Do you know why?
The clerics and Ecstasy kind of like, they were laying facing like the ceiling, and they had just been staring at it for, between 3 a.m. and 5 or whatever time it is now. And then when you finally had gotten up, they kind of had rolled over onto their side to like look at you. And now they kind of sit up as they start speaking. The clerics say it's because I'm in a new location and it's unfamiliar to me, and I'm trying to find somewhere more familiar to me.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. I think Baragosh is like just sat on their beds, cross-legged, looking over to X. Did we go on like a tour when you arrived? Did they take you on a tour?
The dean showed me around a little bit, all of the important places. But, and I've explored the rest of it myself in the next day or two.
Okay.
I just suppose it doesn't feel like, well, it just still feels like I'm out. Like I'm not home yet.
I mean, that's fair. It takes a while. It took me a year to feel comfortable here, so I guess that makes sense.
Did you sleepwalk when you first got here?
No. my snakes couldn't sleep very well. Zeva was very restless. They kind of missed the pillows we had back at home. And they kind of like gently pet one of the snakes on their head. He kind of like wraps around their finger. I think they're used to it now, but the pillows here are a bit firmer than what we have back at home.
You couldn't bring your pillows with you?
I mean, I could, but I wanted to pack light because I already bring in quite a lot, and I like gesture to Star. So I took what was necessary, and luckily the school provided what was absolutely necessary, like bedding and stuff.
And X is quiet for a moment. They seem rather contemplative this morning. Did you just get used to it? Or did something happen to make it feel more like home?
I think I just got used to it. It still doesn't feel like home. I guess I really can't say it ever will, but the unfamiliarness of it isn't as unsettling as it used to be.
Thank you, Baru.
You're welcome. I am going to brush my teeth. I think, yes. Brush my teeth, wash my face, and eat. I'm kind of hungry. Are you hungry?
I'll come with you when you're back.
Okay. And I'll go to the bathroom and wash my face and all of that stuff.
Perfect. Wash each little snake face.
Yeah, I have a little toothbrush for each snake as well to clean their teeth.
They have their own, each of their own personal.
Yeah, well, you can't expect them to share. That's just gross.
That's true.
I'm sorry, I was being unreasonable. Incredible. So when all of you eventually trickle out of your rooms or your bog or wherever to the kitchenette, after waking, you find your housemates, Carrie Evenwood and Shuvadri Glintmantle. If you remember, Carrie is the pink tiefling that was sort of overseeing the fight in episode 1. And Shuvadri is the owlin that was quietly staring at y'all after Stag broke the door. So those are a couple of your housemates. But Shuvadri Glintmantle, they're bent over a small scuff table at the center of the space. Still no sign of Ciro. Shuvadri smiles gently and appears to be calmly enjoying a cup of tea, while Carrie frantically flips through some loose scrolls in front of her with one hand, while precariously balancing a full cup of coffee in her other. As this is Carrie, renowned for their clumsiness, she inevitably loses her grip on the mug and it crashes down onto the table, coating the litter of scrolls before her. Carrie curses and stands up, pushing her chair back with a loud scrape against the wood floor. Shuvadri calmly reaches over and sets the mug upright and out of the way. Carrie reaches out and plucks the topmost scroll up and holds it up and away from her as it drips down into the milky brown puddle beneath. Can I get a perception check from everyone?
I hate that you gave me and C disadvantage for this.
You did
disadvantage
it to
for the session. Let's go.
You did it to yourself.
Oh boy. I rolled a 4 and a 5, so how bad could it be? 9 total for me.
19.
12.
13.
13?
I
Okay.
said it a while ago. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, it's all good.
Beep boop bop. If you got over a 12, your attention is drawn to the soaked scroll, and you see a scrawled outline of a colossal figure drawn to scale next to a medium-sized humanoid. Shuvadri whirls the tip of a feathered hand in the air, and the coffee leaches from the parchment and swirls slowly through the air before it rests back into the mug. She appears unfazed and likely accustomed to such mishaps from Carrie.
Yo, Shoo Shoo, what's up?
Shoo Shoo. The Owlin looks at you, and for the entire time that you have known them, and they're also in the graduate program with you, so a number of years, they have never said anything. They've never said a word, but they're very attentive and responsive and kind. And so when you call them that, they turn to you and their smile grows a little bit, and they sort of hold their tea mug up to you in reverence. And then I think maybe she even like points at it and then at you, like, do you want a cup of tea?
Oh yeah, I'll have a nice I'll take a beverage this morning. Last night was something, huh? I feel like there was maybe like a bad moon or something. One of these astrology people would probably know. I didn't sleep very well.
Shuvadri nods at you knowingly, like commiserating. And then
you also
stands up and goes over to the counter and starts putting together a cup of tea for you.
Yeah, Stag starts like sitting at the table and like nods at the tiefling like in greeting and just says, hey, what's up? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there must have been some like bad mojo going around in a hall or something last night. I just couldn't sleep a proper wink. What's this? Art project?
So you're explaining this, and as Shuvadri is making the cup of tea for you, they look over their shoulder and just like look Carrie right in her eyes. And Carrie just looks at Shuvadri and then looks to you and is like, well, I had a dream last night.
Oh?
Yeah, it was like this colossal figure that came through I was having a really nice dream, and then in the background there was just this huge hulking figure that was just looming there, and it didn't stop or say anything to me. It just kept going. But it was so, I don't know, unsettling.
Huh.
I think this whole time, I imagine that this is after Jaisha has had time to shower and whatnot.
Sure, yeah.
And so I think Jaisha had was passing by the kitchen with like a towel, kind of like rubbing it through their hair to try and dry it. And they were like mid doing that when they heard the like crash of the coffee mug. And that is what brought Rem into the kitchen. And they hadn't, because I just failed my perception check. I didn't notice.
You did it. You made your perception check.
Oh, I did. Oh, you said over 12, and I got a 12,
sorry,
which is
12 or over. Sorry.
Oh, okay, beautiful. I think Jaisha
was so rude.
I was like, damn. That's why I made a face when you said it. I was like, damn. I can't believe I just failed.
This bitch.
I was like, all right, man. I see you.
I'm mad at Hamza today. I don't know why, but we're in a fight.
Let's go. Put him up. So then Jaisha, having noticed it, I think had just peeked over at the drawing and had kind of kept quiet as Stag was talking about making small talk and doing all of this. And at Carrie saying that there was a colossal figure going through their dreams, I think Jaisha stills for a moment. And they kind of slowly bring their towel around their neck and they go, yeah, what kind of colossal figure?
Well, I wasn't certain, but I was really freaked out because I was having this super, and she stops and just starts, it's strange because she's pink. So her blushing is like a streak of red on the pink of her skin. And then she kind of skips over it and is like, well, it was just unsettling. So I woke up and I went to Shuvadri and I was freaking out. And they're such a calming force. And Carrie looks lovingly over at Shuvadri, and Shuvadri not even turning around is like, yeah, no, I try.
Carrie.
Check on Carrie.
Sure, yeah.
Behavior just now.
Weird
Stag's
behavior?
just gonna.
What's weird about it?
13 with disadvantage.
Yeah, I think just like you knowing Carrie, Carrie is just like a paranoid person. And Shuvadri is like genuinely one of the most grounding people at the university. So Carrie often leans on Shuvadri to ground themselves and center themselves. So.
And the random pause and blushing. What was that about?
That's what you're. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the weird part.
It seems perhaps she was having an illicit dream.
Carrie, what was the dream you were having before this huge monster dude rambled through it?
Just a normal one, like
Hey Carrie, do you want anything for breakfast?
Fell out.
I think Baragosh, like, just perfect timing. I don't think Baragosh is clocks on at all. It's like, hey Carrie, do you want anything for breakfast? Because I think they're gonna be in the kitchen making like breakfast.
Oh,
anything?
Yeah, I'm basically just fueled by coffee right now.
Okay, I don't think that's healthy. I'm making some scrambled eggs and bacon. Is that okay?
Ooh, I'll have some.
Yeah, okay. Who else wants some?
I could eat.
Eggs?
5
I'll
eggs,
have some
6
too.
Pieces of bacon. Oh, hey, X.
You want 6 pieces?
X is just suddenly fucking there.
And I think Jaisha jumps when X shows up.
How high?
As high as they fucking can go.
Jaisha rockets through the ceiling, never to be seen again.
Team Rockets blasting off again.
I think Baragosh didn't even like. I think it's come to a point where Baragosh is like, I can just refer to X, and X would probably be around. So they didn't even know if X was around. It was like, how about you, X? And then X is just there. Like, okay, cool. So I'll cook breakfast for everyone while this is all happening.
Yeah, 6 strips, Carrie. I'm a growing girl.
I'm not making the breakfast. Why are you telling me?
I thought Carrie said 6 strips.
Oh, Vanna said 6.
No, it was Vanna. It was you. I thought Carrie was judging.
Stag goes through the 4th wall and talks to Vanna.
Grabs me by the throat, and I go, I love you. No, sorry, that was Havana. What do you do? So you do this?
Yeah, when you're, yeah. Stag will like turn to X and notices that Jaisha like jumped, and just sort of laughs and says, "Huh, yeah, they do have a habit of sneaking up on us, huh?"
Yeah, I wish that they wouldn't.
Sorry, I've been trying to make my footsteps a little bit louder, but I can't.
Oh,
Less X is low.
Maybe a bell.
Again, the gist of where they were from the movement of the air, and you see one of the snakes flit out their tongue.
Oh God!
In the direction of X. It's a little bit easier than trusting your ears.
Have we considered getting you a bell of some kind?
Oh my God!
like a cat?
Yeah, or
Like a cat?
yeah,
Like a collar?
Well, it doesn't have to be. It can go anywhere else.
Carrie has started blushing again.
It's just
Like, I need, hold on. I need art of X and like a little like cat girl with like the bell on it. I need somebody draw it now. I need it.
In a maid outfit with the ears. Yeah.
This is Stag's imagination right now. What everyone's saying. Maid outfit.
I need you to understand that in contrast to what everyone else is imagining, Jaisha's fucking terrified right now.
That's true.
Jaisha is terrified in this moment. Everyone else is thinking horny thoughts, and Jaisha's like, I'm trying to save my fucking life.
Well, since we're going to Paradox Gardens, I'm sure we could pick something up for all of us, like nice new fashion accoutrement.
Okay, I could try to get a bow, if it would be helpful.
Yeah. I mean, for, like, life purposes.
As opposed to
death purposes?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure what need dead people have for bells.
Well, in
bells
some
often toll.
kingdoms, there we go.
Right, but the dead people aren't the one tolling them.
Yet.
Oh, that's
Here you go,
menacing
Stag, and I want to come over.
Oh, thanks, Maru.
There you go.
Nice.
And Shivadri sets down the cup of tea in front of you as well. Perfectly made.
Oh, thank you, Shushu.
They nod to you.
Nice. This smells awesome.
Hey, Carrie, do you think I could see that scroll that you're looking at?
Yeah, sure. And Carrie will just sort of scoot their chair over and indicate for you to sit next to them, because there's just papers everywhere. It's kind of just
Yeah, and Jaisha will.
Yeah. And then you can look over it.
I want to examine the scroll as much as I can, given that, you know, they just spilled coffee and tea all over it.
Shivadri sucked it all out with their ink magic.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
In that case, Jaisha is going to try and read the scroll that had that picture or that drawing of the colossal and the figure.
Yeah.
What can I glean from that?
So it's a pretty basic, like in a science book, like when they're trying to describe the size of like dinosaurs or something, it's a pretty basic diagram like that. But it does say in a little scripty font near the top of the giant's head, it says archaic. And then down at the person's level, it says medium-sized humanoid. And you can see there's just like a fantastical difference in the size between them. Like comparatively, the archaic is a mountain, essentially. And it doesn't have, it's not detailed. It's just an outline. So it's not like a specific archaic, but sort of the general idea of one. Oh God, I've trapped myself on my own chair.
Carrie, what do you know about the archaic?
Well, I didn't know a lot, but when I woke Shivadri up last night, they always know what to do. We went down to the biblioplex, and they knew about archaics because apparently there was one that resides sort of near their homeland, and so they were able to lead me right to the scrolls, and I found a lot of information, but not a lot of detail. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, records can be spotty sometimes. What were you able to learn, generally speaking?
So you ask, and she like pushes that one aside and pulls out like another one that's more like a diagram. So it's more detailed and looks more like a specific archaic. And she goes, well, they're these huge, towering, multi-armed creatures that they're just like overflowing with magic. Like when you're near them, you're just like, you can't help but feel how just full they are with the arcane. And they are reported to have this vast understanding of the universe, right? But they only speak vaguely or in riddles. So you really have to be someone special to sort of parse out the clues that they give you and get the answers to whatever questions you're asking. But do you want me to keep going, or?
Well, they speak to people, you said, right? So who do they generally speak to?
I mean,
Shivadri, you had one that lived near your hometown, apparently. Did you ever speak to one?
Shivadri, who's never spoken in front of you, shakes their head no.
I'll put a
speak being used more generally as a term.
I put a plate of food in front of Carrie as well. Here you go.
She just shoves a piece of toast in her mouth barbarically. Oh. And then through the like crumbs flying out, she's just like, and it's also assumed that they've been on the plane for as long as the founder dragons. Like they're as old as the founder dragons. So they're just like, I don't know.
That makes X perk up, actually, like the founder dragons. Mm-hmm. I think they were just kind of sitting next to Stag, and I think they had just taken a piece of bacon off of her plate and had started eating it. But at that, they kind of perk up and look over to Carrie. Is there any way to talk to them or to find them?
Yeah, from what I understand, they speak psionically. That's your thing, Jaisha. What's it called?
Telepathically.
Telepathically. But any attempts, I feel like there's like it's sort of like a test, right? If someone goes, right, okay, a thought experiment, okay? You're an adventurer. You want to find out where the ancient sword of Boggledork is, okay? You go to the arcade because they have infinite ancient knowledge of, who knows, the entire universe, the entirety of time. So you go and you're like, hey, I need to find the sword of Boggledork. And then they say nothing. But I think maybe they're giving you a test, right? They're looking at the adventurer and they're knowing things about them. How could they know those things? And then they decide if you're worth talking to. And then if you are, then they talk in your mind and they give you a vague words or puzzles or riddles. And then if you can parse through that, then you can maybe find the thing you're looking for. But if they don't think you're worthy, then they're not going to say anything. And everybody who's tried to like pierce their minds or whatever, like, you know, get in there by force, it's just like a brick wall in there.
So they're kind of like the Star Arches.
How?
Like decides who's worthy and stuff like that?
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think about it like that, but I guess so.
Ooh, check this out. I made a face with the eggs and the bacon.
Wow, Stag.
It looks nice.
Thanks. Do you want to eat the mouth?
I set another plate.
Yes, please.
Oh, I think I see Stag feeding X. I'm like, oh, do you not want your own? Or
I'd like mine too, please.
okay. And I'll set it down.
Thank you,
in front
Baru.
of X. And in the other hand, I have one for Jaisha. I set that down in front of Rem.
Yeah, I think Jaisha like thanks Baru for the food, but doesn't like touch it. And Ray is still like staring at this scroll that has the more like detailed diagram of the archaic and listening to Carrie talk about tests and riddles. They kind of think back to the riddle, quite frankly, that they had been told by the archaic in their dream last night. And I think they like say out loud without meaning to, like, what was that a test?
No, I don't think there's going to be a test. I mean, it's just personal research.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, this isn't coursework. Is this your dissertation?
No, I mean, it wasn't, but maybe I need to switch to it.
Stag is looking at you, Jaisha, with open suspicion. Like she's chewing on like a piece of egg and is not even disguising the fact that she's squinting at you. It's super obvious.
What?
I know. Did you also have a freaky dream last night?
Also, are other people having freaky dreams? Other than Carrie, of course.
And
I had a kind of freaky
Shivadri.
dream. You too, Shushu? Damn. Gods are getting us good last night. What about you, Baru? Do you have a freaky dream?
No, actually, no. I think
Maybe all your
that was
snakes diffused it. You know, like freaky dream vibes came at you, but it spread out across all of your minds.
Maybe I don't. I might need to look into how that works. Maybe I don't know. My dream was nice. It was peaceful. It was the first peaceful dream I had for a while. I think maybe I had my freaky dreams before then. I just hit my quota.
Well, what about you, X?
I was sleepwalking again last night.
Ah, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. It's always so scary when you do that.
Sorry, I'll wear the bell next time.
What, did you punch anyone else in the face?
No, but I did see Jaisha.
Jaisha?
And I think Jaisha was like taking a sip of like the tea or coffee that had been made for Rem, and like they were like mid sip and they kind of like choke on it a little bit. Yeah, yes, I was also sleepwalking last night. I think I may have walked into the lake or something.
Yeah.
When I woke up, found X.
They were soaking wet.
Like I said, maybe walked into the lake. I'm fine. Don't
Are you
worry
sure?
about me.
Do you think we should I can install a lock in your room if you? I mean, X said that wouldn't be safe, but that seems walking into the lake seems dangerous.
I'd rather not have my room be lockable from the outside. Just feels
no, from the
unsafe.
inside, from the inside on your side, of course.
Maybe that would help.
Maybe we could get an alarm spell so that somebody would wake up if you went sleepwalking again.
Oh, I don't know the alarm spell off the top of my head.
I really don't think we need to wake up the entire house just for that.
We could set up that it only wakes up one person.
Well, we could just get you a bell too.
I don't know that that's
it's
necessary.
Only fair if X gets a bell and you're also sleepwalking, you should also get a bell, or else we're just kind of singling X out.
Well, X gets a bell because they keep sneaking up on us, and I don't do that.
Well, then maybe your bell can be like similar to the alarm spell. It's like a alert bell. So if we hear it jingling, jangling, then we know you're up and about.
Right. Sure. And I think Jaisha is like looking at X with almost like discerningly trying to see if there is anything off about X, any remnants of that entity that Jaisha had kind of witnessed the night before.
No. They seem kind of tired. But you gather that's from days and days worth of sleepwalking and not actually getting a good night's rest.
Do you remember anything about last night, X?
Besides waking up and seeing you there, no.
Nothing about your dreams or...
In my dreams, I'm walking too. Usually through white mist. And then I'll wake up and I'll be somewhere else.
You didn't see anybody you knew in your dreams? One of us? Stag? Baru?
Yeah, did you dream about me?
Oh, no, I usually don't see anyone.
See, is X lying?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they sometimes get visions of their past or memories, but I don't know if it's frequent.
Okay.
I think most of the time they're just walking through the white mist.
Okay.
Jaisha, what were you dreaming about last night?
I was underwater.
And you were in a lake. Do you think maybe they're related?
Probably. Dream about being underwater, go find water. Seems like solid sleepwalking logic to me.
I mean, right. I will say maybe it's probably the other way around. You walked into water and then you dreamt that you were underwater.
Or that.
She said, yeah.
Or that. Yeah.
But that's kind of scary. So you were just like drowning for your entire dream? That's awful.
No, actually, I was also walking, similar to X. Just underwater, not in mist.
Huh. And the two of you just happened to meet each other last night at the same place. Did you two dream about each other or something?
No. Can I insight check? You can insight check. I will roll my sad little deception check.
I'm not gonna roll, but I will have like my passive insight just to be like, wait. I don't think they're actively looking for this.
I have a +0 to insight, so I got a flat 10.
I got a 5.
Oh.
Spicy.
Oh.
I can't wait for Stag to misinterpret this.
Yes, no, Stag is absolutely going to misinterpret this. Like,
Yeah, so
don't
you
worry,
know,
I have an idea.
Yeah, so you know that Jaisha is lying. You can ascertain that the way that Jaisha has been acting ever since Stag showed up, ever since X showed up into the room, has been different, has been off. Jaisha has been nervous, has been trying to keep their distance from X as much as possible, isn't able to quite look X in the eyes, like not really making eye contact, just very nervous energy around Ecstasy in particular. And yeah, Jaisha's lying. Definitely dreamed about X last night.
Can I realized you left something in my room last night. Do you mind coming with me to my room to grab it?
I wasn't in your room last night. Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, everyone.
Thanks for the eggs and bacon, Baru, and the tea.
Thank you. It's delicious. And Jaisha hasn't touched any of the food.
We'll be right back. You know, we've got a big shopping trip today. Just real quick, you know, it's like your hair tie or something.
Right, yeah. And Jaisha will follow Stag. Are we actually going to your room?
No. Stag just pulls you into the hall and like closes, very weirdly closes the door that's always open to the kitchen that has just like a door jamb, but she just takes it out and closes it.
Is there a window in the door?
That's up. I don't even know. That's up to you.
I asked because, like, is it like you pretend to go to your room and then y'all have a conversation where
very
everyone
audible?
can see?
Yes, 100%. That's what Stag's doing.
Yeah, and I do think like it's kind of like standard to have like with those kind of doors should have windows for like safety reasons.
Like a little circle.
Yes.
But so it's not the whole thing, but as you move, anyone looking over there can catch like the top of your heads going and moving in and out of frame.
Yeah, exactly. So Stag sort of pulls you out, closes the door, and immediately turns and says, "What's going on between you and X?"
Nothing. We were all together yesterday, and
yeah. Oh, okay. You know what, Jaisha? Something's not adding up here. Because as soon as X appeared randomly in the kitchen out of invisibility, you were even more jumpy than you usually are. You've been looking at them all weird all morning and then added on to that strange not confession wink wink last night. I think I know what's going on here, Jaisha.
What do you think is going on here? I'm scared to ask.
You're rebounding from being rejected by me. And X is an easy person to try to rebound to because they're sleepwalking, and you know, you can confess all your feelings to someone who's sleepwalking and not get rejected. You quote unquote sleptwalked last night, and your dream about the water and stuff. Come on, Jaisha, that's just obviously a lie.
I am not hiding anything. I don't have. Stag, I am not interested in you or X. Neither of the two are, you're both lovely people, but I don't.
Okay, then what else could you be lying about?
Okay, you got me. I'm rebounding on X.
I knew. I knew it. Jaisha, it's not anything you have to be ashamed about. A lot of people have gotten their hearts broken by me, but it's fine. You're joining a fraternity of fantastic exes, okay? People who rejected.
We would need to have dated to be exes, and we never.
I'm sorry, that's not gonna happen, Jaisha.
And I'm so heartbroken over it, and that's why X is the next.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm. Can you do me a favor, actually, Stag?
Yeah.
can you keep an eye on X to see if there's anything weird about their behavior lately?
Oh, like if they start to get weird around you too, because maybe they remembered that you tried to confess to them while they were sleepwalking, stuff like that.
Yeah, not just around me, but just in general. You know, I just want to make sure that, you know, X is okay.
Because you have feelings for them. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right, yes, for you, Jaisha, because I feel really bad about this. I mean, 2 rejections in a row, that's whoo-hoo, couldn't be me, Chief. So, yeah, I'll keep an eye on X. Don't worry, I have my word.
Thank you so much.
I give you my word that I will keep an eye on X for you.
Thank you. This is why I am so in love with you. You're so nice.
Okay, Jaisha, you're just making this awkward now. All right.
Okay,
Let's pretend like this didn't happen. Go back in. We could, you know, just follow my lead, okay?
Yeah.
And
before they come back in, because I use my passive insight. 'Cause I don't think this would be a thing Bar is looking for, but a 5 is higher than an 11, which is my passive insight. So I think when Jaisha and Stag leave, I'll turn to X and just go, is something weird happening between you and Jaisha?
And X, whose passive insight is a 15, furrows their brow a little bit. I don't know.
They're kind of making eyes at you.
Eyes? And that seems to distract X from like their whatever line of thought that they had gone down, and they turn to Baru and like do again this kind of perfect mask of like confusion. Like they had seen it on Carrie's face, and they mimic the expression like on from Carrie like perfectly.
Yeah, like
eyes.
They seem nervous around you, and suddenly.
A lot of people are nervous around me. I've been trying to work on that.
I feel like it's different though.
Carrie looks between Baru and X, and then to X says, "You know, you're not supposed to shit where you eat."
Huh?
And we all have to live in this house together, so you know, keep it in your pants.
Oh, is that
you want me to shit in my pants?
And that's when Stag comes back in. She's like, hey, it's too bad we couldn't find your hair tie, Jaisha, you know, but we looked up and down and under all over the place, but guess it just wasn't meant to be found.
Shuvadri raises the feathers of their brow up and takes a sip of tea.
Gosh darn, my hair tie lost to the ether.
Lost to the
ether. And I'll put like a hair tie off my wrist and just hand over.
Oh, thank you. And Jaisha will take it and I guess just kind of look at it for a second, like, what do we do with this? And then we'll just add it to one of their braids that already has a hair tie on it, and we'll just like add it as an extra hair tie to that braid.
So awkward. Carrie is shaking her head and is going back to looking at the documents. Oh, I think maybe she shoots a kind of a side eye, not like mean, but a suspicious look at Jaisha before she does that.
X kind of leans back and turns to Baru and says quietly, "I'm not going to do that."
I think it's a turn of phrase, an expression. But yeah, it's probably best you don't do that.
Carrie flips over one page and Shuvadri leans over and takes one feathered finger and kind of taps on the page that Carrie just turned to.
I'll look at the page.
Yeah, it is not a diagram, but like a full illustration of a particular archaic.
Have we heard of archaics?
I think they are known of, but they are very rare.
Okay.
So And again, very mysterious. So there's not a ton of info on them. But yeah, it would not be abnormal to have heard of them before.
Okay.
Just seen one, unlikely.
Okay. Oh, is that a different one? And I'll like take the page to look at it.
Yeah, this is the one that Shuvadri's seen. And you look down at the drawing, and it's another, colossal figure. You can tell because at the bottom of the image is just a copse of trees, and they're like a miniature size compared to the archaic. And it has 3 arms on each side that are outstretched, and 2 that are clasped at its center. And it has sort of like this webbing that goes between its head, or what resembles a head, and its topmost shoulders. And then it has these like flat, squared off horns, essentially, that are coming out from the mass that is where its head is at. And then a floating like red gemstone that is poised above the mass of their head. And they're walking through just snow-capped trees.
Whoa, these are huge. I mean, I knew they were big, but
yeah, this is the one Shuvadri's seen, because it's from her home city. Silk Meadow is at the base of the Grey Rise, which is where this archaic kind of paces.
Do you think the one that you saw was trying to speak to you?
Me? No,
Yeah.
it didn't say shit. It just walked on through. And I don't recognize the shape in either of the 2 drawings I have here.
What do the one you look like?
Sorry, Jaisha will just walk over. Do I recognize the shape of any of the other 2 as the colossal from my dream?
Give me a you don't have to roll with disadvantage. A history check?
I have a +6 to history. I just need you all to know. I got an 8.
What's wrong with you, Hamna?
That was without disadvantage. I need you to know.
Yeah, you Jesus. You don't know. Who can say? Dreams are a wild place to be, and you remember bits and pieces and scraps and scribbles, right? So who can say? But when you walk over, Carrie takes it as you want to see the other archaic they're referring to. So they pull to the front a different. Yeah, this one is in a more temperate area. So it has lush green fields, a sparse amount of trees, and then like a rocky terrain that goes upward. Not mountainous, but just boulderous. And it has like smooth gray skin, the same amount of limbs. And then its 2 kind of protrusions go straight forward from where its eyes should be, with that same sort of slim mouth underneath. But floating in between the 2 horns, for lack of a better term, is just like a gigantic pearl, is what it looks like. And then it has almost like scaling down from the bottom of its face to the tops of its shoulders and down into its chest. Yeah, this one can be found between the ruins of Cairdoon and the Grove of Eljor. It kind of just paces back and forth between those 2 points, as far as the documents say, anyway.
I wonder where they're going and why.
I don't think they're going anywhere. By all accounts, she's ruffling through the pages again. It's pretty aimless wandering.
Is there one that wanders by a lake?
Carrie pulls out a map of Arcavios and is looking, pinpointing like the ruins of Cairdoon, which are anyone, especially from Lorehold, would know that it's a once prominent kingdom that's now it's been in ruin since the Blood Age. And then the Grove of Eljor is an elvish enclave. So she's running her finger between the 2 points, looking for like mass bodies of water. and shakes her head and then looks at the mountains, and it's just like the mountain is like completely jagged and just like steep and tall, and there's not really a place for a large body of water to fit. You know, it doesn't look like it. But I mean, we certainly don't have all the accounts of their every behavior. Maybe at some point, I mean, if they're as old as the founder dragons, then maybe at some point there was a lake in one of these areas, and they're just, over time, it's been lost to the earth. That's just a theory. I'm just rambling.
That's a really smart theory, actually, Carrie. Probably why you're so intelligent.
Thanks, Stag. Carrie looks taken aback by the compliment, but appreciates it.
Yeah, Stag's like rubbing her chin and staring at these images. Do they all look like that? You know, with like the horns and the multiple limbs and the big old chunk of rock?
I mean, these are the only two that, as far as I can tell, we have documentation of. So I don't know if there's more and we just don't have records on them, or...
Huh.
No.
Oh, well, Jaisha, you're kind of a rock person.
Quite literally, yes. No, I don't think so. I don't think that they all look like that. The stones, they're all different, right? And Jaisha will kind of like point to the one that has like an opal and the other one with the red gem on it.
Yeah, people refer to them as the Archaic's eyes, since they don't really have ones in their face or whatever that mass is. And it's also rumored that if you are able to steal the eye of an Archaic, you're able to become an Archaic yourself, or like harness their power or something like that. Obviously, no one's ever done it, but...
I would want to be like super big, but I mean, how would you even?
You already are
like,
pretty big.
But yeah, like as tall as a mountain. Like,
Sure,
how would you even
sure.
make friends like that?
I don't think
At
they
the mention-
have friends. Sorry, go ahead.
At the mention of power and being able to steal it, Jaisha's eyes, I think, automatically flit up to X. Like without moving Rare face, Rare eyes go up to X to see like X's reaction.
And there's a reaction of genuine interest there. Like something about that made X go, huh, interesting. And like you can see it folding into their memory. But in the same way that it's like very quiet and they don't say much about anything, it just kind of folds in. But you can see that there's something about it that is interesting them because they are looking at the pages and looking at Carrie as they're speaking.
And Jaisha, without pulling Rare gaze away from X, I think just says, but it would be very, very difficult, possibly impossible to do that, right, Carrie?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're not violent creatures at all. I mean, maybe don't tell them I called them creatures. I don't know what to call them. But they're not violent. And it seems like the only way that they sort of lash out with their power, size, or strength is if somebody messes with them first.
Like trying to steal their eye.
Well, I mean, I have not found any documentations of anyone actually trying that. It's just a, theory. But I'm sure if someone did, they would... Go ahead.
I wonder how many of the Archaic used to be people that just stole their eyes and now became Archaics.
I hadn't thought about that.
Like with the lake thing, right? Who knows?
That's a good point.
There's also people that have gone and they've identified that the source of their magic is celestial. And so I have a theory that maybe we only see a couple because they're traveling back and forth between the divine plane and the material one.
Whoa.
Wait, so the Archaics can give magic?
Oh, I don't know. There's no reports of that. But they are incredibly powerful.
I could ask my mom about that. As much she used to go adventuring back in her heyday. Maybe she knows about stuff like that. She's kind of connected to celestial and celestial magics.
It might
If
be
you're
worth
interested
looking
in learning any more.
It might be worth looking into for our project.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Right.
oh, we need supplies.
I have a good way to get us there. The Dean of Abstract, the Dean of Radiance, my advisor, has portal privileges that he would be very willing to share with us.
Oh, sweet. Free portal ride.
We'll just have to go talk to him first.
Sure, sounds good to me. I don't think I've met this guy before. Isn't he like new or something?
A little bit. Not quite, though.
Amazing.
I'm gonna go get ready. I need to put my face on.
Any other questions for Carrie or Shivadri?
Stag does the dishes.
Aw, what a
we leave.
sweetie. I think as you mention going to get supplies, Carrie just sort of blurts out that it's like, if you find any other information about archaics, please let me know.
Yeah.
I'm a little freaked out, but also mostly intrigued.
You got it, Carrie.
And if you dream about them again, let me know.
Okay. I'll do it. Awesome. And with that, y'all sort of go back to your own spaces to get ready for your trip. And X, are you heading to the dean's office?
I was gonna wait if everyone wanted to come, but
I was gonna say who else wants to go? Who else wants to go with X?
Stag wants to go.
Okay,
Sure,
y'all can do a field trip.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then when we get back from break, we will all go on a field trip to the dean's office. And during the break, please check out our amazing sponsors, exclamation point sponsors in the chat, and check out our goal. We're over halfway. Thank you all so much. Everybody's contributed so far. And if you want to talk about the show on socials or share anything that you've made in relation to it, use hashtag HigherEdRPG, and we'll see you right back here in about 10 minutes. Yay! We are on a field trip to the Silver Quill's Dean of Radiance, Aram Abstract. See, if you wouldn't mind, if you have a vision of what this particular dean's office looks like, we can team up on it.
Ooh, I would love to team up on it. I feel like it is very rich lesbian aunt energy who works as like an art curator. You know what I mean? So it's not like an artist's studio, but it's like a curator's very fine kind of like lacquered oak, you know what I mean? And everything is in like black and brass kind of thing, and like the shaded like gold lamps kind of thing. And there's like a tiny bronze statue that's worth 10,000 gold pieces because it was made by like the artist of the century kind of thing. That's the energy that I'm getting immediately.
The artist of the century, Jiminy McFucks.
Return of Jiminy McFucks.
The return of Jiminy McFucks. No, I think that's perfect. And I think sort of antithetical to what they are a dean of. It's usually pretty dimly lit in there. Like it's It's like you said, covered lamps and just like intermittent candles, non-scented. You know, you don't want to mess with the art in any way by bringing in sort of illicit materials. Amazing. So you show up. Is Dean Abstract used to you showing up unannounced, or have you called ahead, or what's the situation?
I get the feeling that he's, I wouldn't say used to, but aware that X will in fact just show up. They don't respect office hours is maybe what I'll say.
I wonder, is there a secretary to his office?
That's up to you, I think.
Do deans have secretaries? I've never heard of school before, so
no, they don't.
Okay, well then, but I don't know. Maybe no one has a secretary except for him.
I like that.
So
that is some energy.
There's a secretary outside of his office that all the other deans roll their eyes at this concept, but you know, he can do what he wants. He's the one of the deans of Silver Quill. Is the secretary used to you showing up unannounced?
Yes.
Okay.
Belaboredly knows that they will probably receive like the talking to about X showing up. Like it's right. You know, X will not receive the punishment for them showing up unannounced. So I imagine it's a very like beleaguered greeting.
Absolutely. Yeah. The four of you rock up, and the secretary first like locks eyes with you, X, and then kind of looks at your entourage and just does a full eye roll and then waves their hand for you to enter. As you head into the office, it's two like giant dark wood double doors, I think, that lead into that the dean's office. What you do?
X knocks on the door politely before just opening it.
Who's there?
Ecstasy.
There is a very long pause. And then you all can hear scrambling on the other side of the door. And it sounds like drawers are being opened and closed, and like papers are being shuffled on the desk. And just some other strange noises that you can't place. And then the person inside goes, "You may enter."
And before like the enter comes, X kind of just looks over their shoulder, like in this weird, you know, this kind of like weird way where they're like, yes, this is what somebody who's like looking over their shoulder does. They look like this, and they go, he does this every time. And then they like just turn and stare at the door until the sound comes from within, and they push both of the doors open.
Perfect. You push in, and the man behind the desk is doing his best imitation of being casual, but he's obviously deeply uncomfortable. And who you see is a male tiefling with radiant bronze skin, and he's in a high black turtleneck, black coat, white slacks, and a giant oversized emerald on his left hand, and his silver hair is like slicked back tight against his skull. And he's like leaning back in his chair trying to look cash, and goes, "Oh, Ecstasy, I wasn't expecting you today."
Yes, I apologize, Professor Abstract. It's good to see you. These are my housemates, Jaisha, Stag, and Barugash.
Nice to meet you. I don't get a lot of outside students into my office too often.
It's nice to meet you too.
Yeah,
Greetings, Dean.
You can call me Dean Abstract. I prefer the full
Dean
title.
Abstract.
Thank you.
Yes, of
Dean
course.
Abstract.
I like your emerald.
He like holds up his hand and looks at it like he's seeing it for the first time. His eyes shoot over to X and then back at you and goes, "Yes, certainly not my most precious piece in the office, but one I hold dear for sentimental reasons."
Dead wife?
Excuse me?
Stag.
What?
This is a
You can't
man's
just-
ring.
Dead spouse?
No one's dead.
Okay,
Stag
I'm
wife
sorry.
You don't
Just when they say
assume
for
death?
sentimental reasons, I
You
just
can
assume.
care
You
about
can have
things.
sentimental reasons for
Yeah.
people not being dead.
It doesn't have to be linked to
Well,
death
yeah.
of loved
Okay,
ones.
well, excuse me. Dean Abstract, I seem to have come down with a heavy case of foot and mouth syndrome.
Certainly. This is, turns to X, is like, this is not necessarily the kind of company I assumed you would keep.
What kind of company would you assume that I would keep?
Well, honestly, I assumed you would keep none.
That's a fair assumption. X doesn't seem ruffled by that at all.
I don't think he was trying to ruffle you. I think he's genuinely confused. He stands up from the desk, and if you're all sort of lined up in front, he takes the wide berth, the opposite side of where X is standing, and starts like staring into a painting, pretending to be enthralled by it. Well, what can I help you with today, Ecstasy?
I was hoping we'd be able to use your portal pass. We're on our way to Paradox Gardens to pick up a few supplies for our respective theses.
He kind of stiffens when you say this, and he doesn't turn around. And he goes, well, the portal passes are there, a very rare case basis, as it were. Well, we're not authorized to hand them out for just any old thing.
But as your favorite students, and given that this is important research for my thesis.
He slowly turns around and almost hesitantly asks, and how does it pertain to your thesis?
Well, paradox is an interesting literary term. I believe that going to a place called Paradox Gardens, while of course assisting my fellow graduate students, would lend me a perspective that I haven't yet achieved here at Strixhaven. You are always asking us in class to broaden our horizons.
I am, that is true. But perhaps you could simply read about Paradox Gardens or study the origin of the word or its namesake.
But beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And if we never meet a beholder, kill it and fight it, well, then we'll never really know what beauty is. That's how the saying goes.
Why would you meet a beholder in Paradox Gardens?
Well, I'm not sure. But I certainly won't meet a beholder here, so...
Well, I don't know. Have you filled out the paperwork at least?
I was hoping you'd be able to do that.
You want me to fill out your paperwork request for your portal pass?
Yes.
Can you give me an intimidation?
At disadvantage.
Why?
Do I still have disadvantage on
you're
it?
exhausted. I don't know.
I am exhausted.
I think you have advantage on this guy, so I think it just evens out.
Understood. That's a good old 17.
Well, I suppose that is something that I could do. Considering your family is a close friend of mine. And what about the rest of them? And he's looking down at the ground at this point, but just gestures sort of broadly at the rest of the group.
They're my +1.
There's 3 of them.
Yes.
Or if you can't star.
Just seems to just now notice the 7-foot construct. Yes. Well, it's certainly one thing to permit a singular student without the paperwork, without previous request, and without...
Well, we're also getting materials for another professor.
And who might that be?
Baru.
Oh, yes, Professor LaShaw. She knows that we're going to Paradox Gardens today.
Well, you could ask her for a portal pass.
Okay.
Oh, but we've already come so far.
Oh.
He locks eyes with you, X.
X doesn't waver.
I think Stag actually leans in and genuinely tries to whisper, but her whisper carries everyone in the room could hear it. Like
Whisper,
leans into
yeah.
X and says, X, I thought you had this dean kind of like in your pocket. Is he more troublesome than we thought?
I hope not.
Because that's going to be a problem.
It is going to be a problem, isn't it, Stag?
There's
like a
no
big one.
problem. There's no problem. Who said there was a problem?
Maybe X's family? Stag is just throwing stuff out into the air at this point. Has no idea what's happening, but it's just...
Sounds pretty par the course for Stag, yeah. His eyes go wide and he looks from Stag to X and goes, well, your family doesn't have a problem. Did they say there was a problem?
Not yet, because I assumed there would be no problem. But if we don't get into Paradox Gardens today, then I think that would pose a big problem for our, I suppose, our timeline and our deliverables. Because we do always deliver on our promises, and we're never late.
I'm aware of your efficiency. Fine. And he goes back behind his desk and pulls out the top drawer and pulls out a couple sheets of paperwork and starts filling them in.
I appreciate it.
I trust that you will communicate to your family that I have obliged your request without problem, without incident.
Of course. As soon as communications are made, then everyone will be assured that you've been extremely helpful in getting me settled here at Strixhaven.
Good. While he's filling that out, does anyone do anything or say anything?
Stag leans in again to X, and trying to whisper, but again, whisper carries. So what exactly is up with like you and this dean and your family?
Oh, Professor Abstract is a family friend.
Right. Okay, like a friend of the monastery. And now Stag is like addressing the dean as well.
The dean looks up and again, eyes go wide and then looks to X for like confirmation.
A friend of the monastery.
Yes,
We're all aware.
Strong supporter of the church.
Not the Southern Baptist.
Why are we here? Why did we come here?
Yes, there are a great many pieces of art and even poetic texts at the monastery.
Nice.
Professor Abstract has visited to study them before.
Like a traveling monk.
Nothing like that.
No. Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. I don't really know much about monastery stuff, and I'd like to know more. What was it like when you studied at the monastery, Dean Abstract?
panicked look at X again, then back at Stag, and it's just like, it was life-changing.
Wow. That sounds awesome.
Now,
I'd love to visit a place of religious study someday. It sounds cool. I'm super into that stuff. Yeah.
Really?
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I know it means a lot to you, X, and is your whole background and everything. And I happen to be very just interested in it personally, completely separately.
You are? I don't remember.
Yes, Barry.
Weren't you saying that you actually thought that religion was like kind of silly?
Jaisha, zip your lips.
Sorry, I just.
the dean sort of claps the edge of the stack of papers on the table and puts it into like an outbox container, and then slides a portal pass across the table, which is essentially, I think, just sort of a small palm-sized arcane wagon wheel that is undulating and in different glowing colors.
Thank you, Professor.
Yes, I must remind you, though, that this is not something I can hand out frequently.
I would never misuse the power.
I'll make sure we sign and do all the paperwork properly next time. Thank you.
Yes, I apologize. It must have slipped my mind that we needed that before we arrived.
Yes, it must have. Please close the door on your way out.
You all go on ahead. I actually just thought of some questions for the dean, connections to my own thesis that I just thought about. I'll catch up. Don't worry.
Okay.
We'll meet you at the portal.
Before Stag leaves, she leans into Jaisha and kind of whispers, "You better not be trying to, like, get in nice with X. We talked about this, Jaisha."
No, I promise. Strictly academic.
Okay. I'm watching you. And
Jesus.
nice to meet you, Dean Abstract. And we should definitely talk monk stuff in the future.
Not a monk. Not a monk.
Yep.
But...
And Stag leaves.
All right, Jaisha, you're alone. I think with X out of the room, Aram Abstract's demeanor changes once the door closes. And his brow furrows and he leans forward on the desk with his evil little fingies. What do you call this? Steepled together. And is almost like glaring at you and doesn't say anything, just like waits for you to start talking.
And Jaisha, I think, sits in the chair that is like on the opposite side of the desk. And it's kind of like leaned back because suddenly this is a very intense energy that Ray is receiving. And they kind of sit back and they go, "Is everything okay between you and X?"
Inside check.
Okay. I will do that. Nat one.
What the fuck?
For a 4, if that matters.
Yeah, their demeanor has completely changed, and there is not an ounce of expression on their face, one way or the other, when you ask the question. And then he goes, "Yes, we are fine. Why do you ask?"
I just thought that if there was any way, and I think Jaisha at this point like kind of leans in and starts to whisper, even though nobody else is in this room. I think paranoid that X might be on the other side of the door listening to this conversation. Just kind of like whispers, "If you're in trouble, if X is threatening you in some way, or..."
I'm not sure who you are, He stands up and moves around behind you and puts like a deep grip into your shoulder. But I am a dean at this school, and I think I'm a little bit more capable of taking care of myself than you are.
There's strength in numbers. And if X is a threat, I think Jaisha's like stock still, like looking straight forward.
I think he leverages the grip on your shoulder and spins you around in the chair, which is not a spinning chair. So he just like forcefully turns it on the ground. And he looks directly in your eyes and says, "What are you getting at?"
There's a lot that we don't know about X, but the little that I do know, I don't like.
Now here I thought you were friends.
I thought so too. But they are keeping many secrets, and it feels like leveraging some of them against you.
He turns around and sort of meanders over to a pillar that has a sculpture on top of it that is of a humanoid figure that has fallen on their own sword. And he traces one long bronze finger on the exterior of it. Have you ever heard the expression, "Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to"?
I have. I can assure you that ignorance is not going to help anyone in this case, I think.
Oh, you are quite mistaken. I do believe ignorance is the only thing keeping you in one piece at this time. So for your sake, and mine, and your whole little group, I would give up the ghost. And you don't have to take my advice. He turns around and is gesticulating, walking to the other side of the room. But I refuse to let you involve me in such a thing. I do not know you. I do not care for you. And what I do care for is my own self-preservation. And anyone who's trying to come between me and my own livelihood is a problem. Do we understand each other?
Yes, sir. That was not my intention. I apologize.
I don't really give a shit what your intention is. But you should know what the consequences are.
Of course. My apologies. And Jaisha will stand up slowly. It was nice to meet you. And they will open the door slowly. I think like basically like asking for permission with every action that they take.
To leave?
To leave.
Yeah. When you say it was nice to meet you, he goes, I wish I could say the same. And then waves you off, essentially.
And Jaisha will leave, close the door, and kind of just like slump against it afterwards. It's like, okay, so maybe not the dean.
So do you go and meet everyone at the Star Arch?
Yeah, Ray will go to the portal.
Cool. Yeah, we'll just say it's a portal sort of on the edge between Silver Quill College campus and the main part of campus. And with the pass in your hand, you are able to walk through it, and everyone who's with you is as well.
I have a quick question. I don't know if it's just like a slip of the tongue, but is the portal of the Star Arch, or are they separate things?
Both. It is a portal and a star arch. So the star arches, some of them what am I trying to say? Are also used as portals. But it's sort of like working on the like pre-existing like shape and existing like arcane energy to make it a bit easier to build a portal and keep it stabilized. So not necessarily naturally occurring, but maybe some of them are, I don't know. But this one is built and meant very deliberately to go to Paradox Gardens. Anything else, y'all?
I think as we're waiting for Jaisha to come back by the Star Arch, Stag is like not so casually leaning against one of the arches itself without trying to fall through it, right? Like she's like leaning and like stretching, being like occasionally just be like, oh, looking good, Baru. Yeah, looking good.
Thank you, Stag. You're looking good too.
Yeah, thank you. Just out of curiosity, X monastery. What was that like growing up?
What was it like growing up?
Yeah, growing up in a nunnery. I've never met anyone who did that.
Well, I learned a lot. And I was very happy. And something comes across X's face, a real emotion, a flicker of sadness, melancholy. And it's like in the bottom of their eyes and in like the smallest turn of their mouth for like half a second before it disappears.
Well, you can visit during winter break, right?
Oh, no, it burned down.
What?
What?
That's why I transferred in. The monastery was destroyed.
Oh.
So Professor Abstract pulled some strings to get me into the graduate program so I'd have somewhere to continue my studies.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had no idea. You didn't know Baru, but the two of you are like best friends or something.
I mean, I knew, I guess, as much as you did.
Oh, I guess I didn't tell anyone.
Whoa. I'm really sorry that happened. That sucks. But at least your parents are like okay, right?
I hope so.
Don't you know?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen them since. They weren't
They're
there.
missing?
Yes.
Oh my gods. Whoa, do you need help finding them or something? I'm sure there's some sort of investigation already ongoing, but if you need help, I mean, my dads know a ton of people.
No. And at the mention of your dad's, X kind of like leans forward. No. They often go on long trips to search again for missing artifacts in ruins and other temples quite some ways away. Honestly, they probably don't even know that the monastery has burned down yet, which is why they haven't come to visit me yet.
Wait, so they were gone when the monastery burned down and they just haven't sent you any sort of messages or anything like that?
Yes.
Oh.
Does there need to be a deception check here, Steve?
I think I'm actually telling the truth.
Okay.
Baru's gonna like, after being told that their home was burned down, Baru's not gonna read into anything deeper. It's like, okay, whoa.
Wow, I'm so sorry to hear that, X. If you ever need to talk to anyone about it, you can talk to me and Baru. Right, Baru?
Yeah.
Hey,
Did you lose anything in the fire?
Yes, everything basically.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I didn't have much to begin with anyway, because, well, there are special vestments and so on, but I have my bow, and that's all I really need.
So the only thing you still have is your bow?
Oh, and my scarf, but I was wearing that when I left.
Stag's mouth is wide open. Like, this is the worst story she'd ever heard in her life. Her heart is breaking. That's awful. X, what are you gonna do on break? You know?
I was just gonna stay, probably.
Wait,
Well-
you mentioned when one of the few days after you moved in, you had a cat?
Well, there were monastery cats. All of them fled. But I'm sad that Strixhaven doesn't have any monastery cats, personally.
Monastery cat showed up. Speaking of.
Oh wait, that's really
Balbo said, "That's my cue."
Oh, that was literally perfect.
Enter stage left, Balbo.
Actually, if this is around the time that Jaisha is showing up, Stag would go, "Oh, hey, well, actually, hey, there's something I wanted to talk to all of you about. I was waiting until we found Ciro again, but I guess now's a good time as any. Well, especially now that you've told us all that. I was gonna invite you and Baru and you, Jaisha, and Ciro to well, it's really no big deal, but there's gonna be this like party thing at my house in a few weeks."
Oh yeah, Mr. Arcadium already told me. I'm going to be going to talk to some of his colleagues and investors there.
Right. Yeah. Well, I suppose Baru knows, but it's my so silly. It's my ascension ball.
What's an ascension?
I guess
ball?
technically. It's usually a party that's thrown for someone when they're on the precipice of ascending, but it's a little early. I guess it's technically a pre-ascension ball.
Yeah, I still need to talk to Ciro, so I will pass along the invitation when I do that.
Cool. Yeah, it's no big deal. It's not. It's just gonna be a pretty low key hang. Just a couple people are gonna be there.
I've never been to a party before. I'd like to go.
Like ever?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, yeah, you should totally come. Yeah, you don't even have to like dress up too much. Like it's really, like I said, super low key. I would think maybe only 4 or 5 outfit changes, like tops.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, cocktail, black tie, white tie, party casual, and military formal. Super cash.
I don't think I have all of those clothes.
Oh, then you could just show up in that, I guess. I've got there's like these tailors that live in the house, and they'll like make some magic clothes for you if you show up with nothing to wear.
Yeah. I already actually have mine. When we go to Paradox Gardens, I already spoke to some tailors there, so I'm actually going to be picking up one of my dresses, the cocktail dress, so.
Oh, yeah, I guess you must have also gotten the dress code in your RSVP. Yeah, so you probably know all this already, huh? Baru.
You have a dress bar?
Yeah.
Can I go with you to pick it up?
Of course, yeah.
I really wish Ciro was here. Ciro is so much better at this than I am. I wouldn't even know what to wear.
I asked my mums. They kind of helped me out with it over the stone.
Maybe we can figure it out together when we're there.
I've got, hold on, let's see. And Stag's like rifling through her armor and pulls out, if it's okay with you, Vanna, like one of the invitations that has a style guide on the back. Like each of the dress codes and what they mean, like flips it and hands it to you, Jaisha.
Oh, thank you.
Start.
Oh, this is,
It's okay with
and it's
me.
still going.
It's okay with me if all of the models are you.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Oh, and that's a lot of pictures of you stacked. Oh, and it's still going. And I think it's like kind of like unfurling and unfurling and unfurling. Yeah. And this is all for the outfits.
Yeah, like I said, like 4 or 5 outfit changes over the weekend.
Gosh. Right. Right. Okay. Okay. And I think Jaisha's trying to like furl it back up, and it's like taking a really long time to do.
X like grabs the tail of it and helps pick it up off the ground.
I guess this is part of what we are going to go shopping for today then.
So can I proffer this, and feel free to turn it down, Connie, but as you're folding up, you see that there's a backside of what you can't wear.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
No, I love that.
What is can you Connie as Stag give me like 2 things that are on this list of what you can't wear?
Cowboy hats are like a no. Are a fashion no. You also can't wear denim or suede.
This seems really homophobic.
What are all the cowboys supposed to do, Connie? They're gonna show up naked.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
the
only
idea.
assless chaps. It's the only thing they're allowed
But
to
not
wear.
denim chaps or suede chaps. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Iconic. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Huge fan.
No fringe.
Stag's modeling the what not to wear too. With
Yes.
like big red
But
X over
yeah,
each
just
one.
looking really angry or like
Yeah.
I don't
distraught.
understand why denim is on the don't wear. I mean, you look really good in denim on denim to me in this picture.
Yeah, I figured you would think that I look good in anything. But it's just out this season. Don't let your rose-colored glasses color a fashion disaster, Jaisha.
This bit is gonna be the death of me. Okay. You've been invited to the ball. You're all at the gate. Do we want to teleporty?
Yes.
Yeah, but not like that.
Telepody.
You want to do a little teleport?
I don't like that one.
Oh.
I did not enjoy that.
No.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I got this.
Do you want to teleport?
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So you X, you have the portal pass, and you hold it up sort of at the where, if it was like a mirror where the glass would be, but you hold it up underneath the star arch. And then there's like almost like a loading bar on the pieces of the wagon wheel. And as each one lines up, one of the stones of the star arch lines up. And as you get to the other side of the wagon wheel, that's when the shimmering begins in the center. And this sort of ethereal arcane portal comes into existence, and all of you are able to step through it. I think portal travel is relatively common and versed, so I don't think like any of you get sick or anything unless one of you wants to.
I think Borogosh probably has used the portal on like going to Paradox City, Paradox Gardens. I blame C. Paradox Gardens. But usually, like they said, I think they usually do have like the paperwork ahead of time and usually go to Professor LeSure rather than the dean. Yeah, so I think at the very least,
I don't know. I would like if there was like one small consequence of portal travel. What do you think it is? I don't have a chart. What do you mean roll for it?
I mean, we can roll for like when if the consequence happens or not, like a flat roll.
No, I want you to. Everybody has a consequence. I want you to tell me what it is.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Everyone has a consequence.
I have an idea immediately.
Yeah. Tell me.
A stag grows horns. As soon as she arrives on the other side, like these antlers come out. I think like tiny little nubbin antlers that like spike out.
Are you just
permanent
reprising?
changes?
Are you just reprising your role as that freaky deer person?
Yes. Rudy Wolf.
Rudy was the most
Your
unhinged character.
your nose becomes red and shiny.
I turned into Rudolph the Red-Nosed.
Rudy was unhinged. Oh my god.
No, I think it's a temporary effect, but I'm fine with some sort of growth occurring on
It's
each
a temporary.
of you.
They'll shed off.
That's so gross. That's such a. Have you seen deer antlers shed? It's just blood.
Oh,
It's very
I guess they would just
visceral.
fall off.
Okay,
They just
yeah.
fall off like.
I thought maybe they would just suck back into you.
Where are we right now? What is happening?
Tell me what's growing out of you, Jaisha.
Okay, I guess if we're going in the growth route, I think in the crystal vitiligo on Jaisha's skin, the crystals, they grow and they like protrude outwards, I think. Like normally it's very like self-contained. There's no like risk of like cutting yourself on anything, but I think that the crystals quite literally like shoot out and like grow to the point where it is now temporarily a cutting hazard where you can cut yourself on this.
No one hug Jaisha right now.
Not right now. Just wait for them to shrink back.
That sucks. Baragrush is just in the mood to give Jaisha a hug. Wow. But a growth? Do we have to go with growth?
I mean, Connie said it's gross, so it is.
That's just what Stag has. It could manifest completely differently for other people. I just like the Stag getting antlers.
I meant like there's a similar consequence for everyone. So
Okay.
Welcome to Growth Town, I guess.
you get
I
bunions.
guess.
I don't know.
Me 6 months on tea.
Oh, anyway.
I was thinking the same thing. I was trying so hard not to make a bottom growth joke.
Oh my god! Every time you use a portal, it equals 6 months on T.
Oh my god!
Honestly, that's so efficient.
I
Then you
know.
wouldn't even have to
Travel back and forth. You know?
just keep going, and that's a fucking tree.
Oh my god.
Gender
that'd be
affirming
honestly the
portal.
ideal.
Wait, so is there an opposite one? Is there one that's like a feminizing portal? Because not everybody wants to be
That's
6 months
true.
on T, you know? So like,
I mean, growth could also be boobies, I suppose.
Yeah. I think Barugash, it probably enhances or like exaggerates some of Barugash's snake-like features. So I think they kind of grow fangs, like
Ooh,
sharper
yeah.
fangs.
Sassy. Cool. X.
X, as they step through, I think the portal kind of triggers their disguise self spell. And as they step out on the other side, it's like a kind of like a Mystique from X-Men, but like really fast and Rolodexing through a bunch of figures until like almost like a wheel spinning, it finally lands on one. And let's see, making character design off the top of my head. It's like they're like half elf with a bunch of freckles and like this short cropped red hair.
Okay. I'm into it.
Is who they turn into.
I'm sorry,
for
where's the
half a
growth
second.
part? No, I'm sorry, you have to add growth because if we all
They
did, so
grew
do
red
you.
hair, okay?
They
That
did
doesn't
grow red.
count. I'm an entirely different.
I grew an entirely different person.
You do that normally. No. You do that normally.
Not Hamna gatekeeping the growth definition.
That's not real growth, okay? See? God.
I come out of the portal and I've learned how to apologize.
I come to put a real it's not my fault. I am
I'm so afraid of intimacy.
Hey, yo, what a dream.
See, that's hitting it's a little too close.
How dare you?
Is it? Bark, bark.
Ooh, cries.
This is weird. Technically not growth, but X's tongue splits. So they have kind of like a forked tongue.
I love it. Well, y'all look around.
Does that make you happy?
I
Sorry, not
guess.
you, Dana.
I guess.
Okay, but only if your tongue also gets bigger.
Yes.
Oh my
Big
god.
fat snake tongue.
Not fat. Oh my god.
Why'd you have to say fat? That's
Wait, so how, just for Stag's benefit, how long does the long tongue?
I'm sorry, hello, Connie?
I mean,
Hamna, this never had to happen. This came directly from you.
You can't blame me. That's Connie. Connie brought that up. You can't blame me.
And why did the tongue come up in the first place?
You
Because you chose
tongue.
the tongue. Yeah, you brought up the tongue. I didn't say your tongue had to grow.
Because
I didn't say it had to be the tongue.
Wasn't enough,
Y'all are blaming me for shit that you two are doing. Do not put this on me. That's not on
Don't
me.
blame a fish for swimming and blame the person who put the lake there.
I didn't put the lake
Lake
there.
boy.
I didn't put the link. Look, I co-signed the bottom gross joke and that's it. That's it. Tongue came from C and you did whatever that was, so
Whatever helps you sleep at
Happy
night.
to be pioneers.
I think we can all agree.
I need to know.
I think we can all agree that the gays are at fault for all of it.
Homophobic.
No, what's the opposite of phobia?
Philia?
Homophilia.
Philia, yeah.
Homophilia.
It is homophilia.
We're Why is that worse?
That sounds worse.
It does sound awful.
I mean, like homos. Oh yeah. No, I don't know.
Wait, what was it? Gatekeeping. Yeah.
Gatekeeping yay merch win. Anyway, if y'all could stop being gay for 2 seconds, I will tell
I
you
refuse.
about Paradox Guard. I refuse. Okay, well, I'm gonna end stream if y'all can't contain yourselves. Okay, you exit the portal with these temporary growths upon you, as I think maybe each portal has like a different kind of side effect, and if you've used this one before, you saw this coming. If it's the first one, it is an unpleasant surprise, except for Ecstasy, I guess. Except for Stag looking at Ecstasy, I guess. But you are in Paradox Gardens, and if you've been here before, Baru, if anybody else has been here before, you would know this. But also, if you're just like have familiar yourself with the region at all, you'd also know a lot of this stuff. But Paradox Gardens is referred to as the place where heaven meets earth, and it is called this because it is the first place where an active gate appeared for the Ascension. It was like the very first portal that opened up for the very first Ascension, hundreds of years ago. So people felt like this location was divinely chosen. And it's also named that because of the constant mist that encloses the city. So within the city, it is clear as day, but when you, the further you get to the outskirts, the thicker the mist becomes. So it's sort of like sitting on a heavenly cloud. So that's another reason why it's called that. It's said that one of those originally ascended gods used their powers to help build the city up almost overnight. So essentially it was like there was a star arch that was there, the original portal opened up, maybe a small village there, maybe nothing, but then one of the gods that went through that gate and did become ascended used their power to build up the city overnight. Like when they say Rome wasn't built in a day, yes it was actually, and you can thank my great grandma for that. You're welcome. And it's also said that that's where the mist came from, was to protect the city, because they knew that the divinity that was held there would be sought after, and they wanted to protect it from invasion by sort of obscuring it in some way. The gate has never activated again. They get around it every single year, not every single year, every 100 years. And they cross their little fingies, and they have a huge celebration, but it's never happened again. And since the city sort of grew up and out overnight, the popularity of it just exploded very quickly. since the first ascension, and then it quickly began to outgrow its resources. So the center of the city is very lavish, very rich, but the outskirts are completely poverty-stricken. And to make matters worse, about 20 years ago, there was a devastating earthquake that struck the city. And many say it was a vengeful god that was angry at the city for failing in their mission of prosperity after being divinely chosen. And the city center was able to rebuild because of their access to resources, but many small businesses from the outer edges were forced to the river. And the river actually just used to be like a tiny little creek that ran through the city. But when the earthquake happened, it split the ground open even further and created this like huge river that winds through the city. And a lot of those outside businesses that had to relocate moved to the river and run their businesses off of boats. And yeah, that's kind of the backstory. I think that's all I wanted to say. So it's bustling. You are coming through the Star Arch that the city was founded for. So you're at the direct center of it. You can see the river nearby. Again, people who know the area would know the river is called the Mirrored Canal, due to the clarity of its water and how just pristinely it reflects the sky. What do you all do? Cool.
God damn it. Well, at least this is better than that third arm I got last time.
Oh, you went through that portal? Yeah, no, I don't go through that one anymore. The growth is more easy to deal with as I like run a thumb along my fangs.
I don't think Jaisha's ever been through this portal before, and so when they walk out, they're actually surprised to find like all of these crystals like jutting out of their skin, and they go, ah! And I think it like tears through some of their clothes, and they go, it's a good thing that we're here to buy new clothes, I guess.
Oh, yeah. You look real spiky.
Yeah, I guess so. Does this go away?
Yeah, after a while.
Yeah, like an hour or two.
For now, you're sea urchinified.
An hour or two. It'll go away in a minute.
My tongue, my mouth. X just kind of says, feels weird.
Is that a forked tongue?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, the mask.
Stag is having a moment.
You made the joke, not me.
I am simply dramaturgy. I'm just simply making sure we understand.
Yeah, the mouth ones are the ones that the most weird feeling. They should pass in though.
The mouth ones.
I don't like the mouth ones. Where should we go first?
I mean, I'm probably gonna pick my dress up at the end of our trip, just so I don't have to carry that around with me. Does anyone have anywhere in particular to go, or you can just come with me so I can get some metals from the blacksmith?
I need to go to the nearest geologist gemstone shop. I need to get some materials for it. And Jaisha kind of like lowers her voice for the ritual to make the mutagen. So I need to do that, and otherwise, Stag, if you could help me buy clothes for your ball, that would be.
Oh,
great.
yeah, just tell me your measurements and I can just pick some out for you if you want.
Oh, sure, yeah. Easy enough.
Is there any, like, actually, you know, okay, yeah, sure, why not? Is there any, like, particular style or aesthetic you like?
I like earth tones. I like plants. Something understated.
Okay. Got it. Plants, stones, boring. I got you.
I didn't say okay.
Maybe we
Stag gives
should
a big
all go
cheery
to get
thumbs
clothes
up
together.
together. That works fine by me.
Okay, sure, yeah, works for me. Maybe like you said, Baru, that can be the last thing we hit before we head out of town. I actually do have to swing by a music store. I think I need to actually rent some equipment for the concert, like for real.
Oh, we can do that. Do you want to do that first? I'm honestly going to be getting some metals.
Yeah, we should probably split up first and then reconvene at the boutique.
Sounds good.
Right on.
So who's going where?
Music store.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I want to go to, I guess, another blacksmith or wherever I could get like ore, like metals and ore from.
Okay. And then where are X and Jaisha going?
Nearest geologist.
Okay. X?
X? Let's see. X might wander along with Baru, hoping to pick up some ammunition.
Okay, yeah. I'm trying to think. Jaisha, you could probably go to the greenhouse, or I mean, you might think that the forge or the blacksmith has some. They deal in metals, maybe they deal in rocks.
Makes sense.
Stag, if you see everyone going the same way without you, do you still go by yourself?
That's actually better for Stag.
Oh,
yes.
yeah?
She'll
Okay.
just, as everyone's going off, she'll go, yep, I'm just gonna get some equipment just for the concert. So, see y'all at the boutique.
Oh, I need a bell. You can go on without me. And X pivots and starts following Stag toward the music store.
Oh, actually, I can pick up a bell for you. There's all kinds of bells. Cowbell and
X
non-cow
kind of
bell.
leans up a little bit, lowers their voice. I already know your secret.
Oh, oh, right, yeah, I forgot. Oh, I mean, right, of course.
And I'd like to pick out my own bell.
All right then. Then Jaisha, Baru, we'll see y'all soon. Don't worry about us. We're doing normal music stuff.
As opposed to
Not normal music stuff?
Yeah, exactly. As opposed to abnormal music stuff, huh? You're so sharp and smart, Jaisha.
thank you.
Don't take that the wrong way. Come on, X.
Okay, so Jaisha,
Stag.
are you gonna go with Baru then? Jaisha, okay, yeah. Go ahead, see.
Stag, are you and Jaisha fighting?
What? No. What? No. Who would give you that impression?
You're doing the laugh you do when you lie.
What laugh would I lie?
That one.
Oh, damn, it's hard to stop once you point it out. Well, I promised I wouldn't tell.
Okay. I can respect a secret.
Oh, really? Okay, great, then cool, good. Glad it's not a problem. There's a bit of silence as we walk, and then Stag just bursts out. I think Jaisha has a crush on you.
X stops in the street.
That's why they've been so weird around you. I mean, haven't you noticed?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And listen, it's usually not any of my business, nor do I care, but I just, you know, Jaisha's just kind of a shifty person sometimes, you know? You would want to be with someone who's honest, perhaps even to a fault. Someone who's upfront and you know, would treat you right.
Oh. And X's face falls a little bit. Of course. People want honest partners. And X kind of keeps shuffling down the street.
I mean, yeah, or dishonest partners too. I mean, whatever you're interested in. What are you interested in?
Interested in?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, at the monastery, well, that wasn't really wasn't a point of attention.
Dating and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, were you one of those like? Oh my God, are you like celibate?
X is like, their brow is kind of like furrowed and they're like staring at the cobblestones. I think that's the store that sells bells, and they gesture at like a store that sells cheese. Like a cheese stall.
That's a cheese stall. It's
my
creamery.
mistake. Yes, my mistake. Let's keep looking for it. We should pay attention to trying to find it.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure. Looks like the music store is right up here.
Do either of you know this city?
I feel like Stag might have.
Well,
I would say it's a lukewarm yes. Stag probably has been here maybe once or twice with their dads even.
okay. Do you want to make a survival roll?
Survival? Okay.
Right when you're trying to find something, is that what you roll?
Yeah.
It sounds
Sure, I have a
dramatic,
+0.
but
I got a 2.
well, I'll roll with advantage, of course, since you're so familiar.
I got a 17.
Yeah, you do know where the music store is. Here's my question to you though. Okay, wait, X, do you know where it is?
X doesn't know where the music store is.
Okay.
Have they been here to kill people? Yes.
Okay,
But
yes.
that's a different story.
Yeah, but you don't know where the music store is. So my question to Stag is, do you go to the music store? Or do you take the wrong or an alternate route or a scenic route or what have you, so that you and X are alone together longer?
Yeah, I think Stag would actually take X on a scenic way around, like she's going making a horseshoe, like around where the music store is before like finally leading them in.
You're just circling
like by the river.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Perfect. Okay. So y'all are sort of meandering near the music store, but not actually entering it. Jaisha and Baru, is there anything that the two of you are discussing on your way to the forge?
I think as we're kind of walking, Jaisha is like a little bit like nervous, and then they like keep looking at Baru, look down, keep looking at Baru, like they have like something to say, and eventually they just kind of go, Baru, what do you think about X?
Oh, they're sweet. Nice roommate to have. I don't know, a good friend.
Are they ever weird at night or not night?
Well, I haven't met anyone like X, if that's what you mean. They sleepwalk, but I know many people sleepwalk.
How often do they sleepwalk? Is that a regular occurrence?
Honestly, I couldn't say because I'm usually quite a deep sleeper, and they are also just very quiet. So I sometimes don't catch them sleepwalking. But I think I've seen them, or at least seen their bed empty, maybe 2 or 3 times so far that they've been at Strixhaven. I think it's just kind of I think they miss home, kind of being in an unfamiliar place.
They ever talk to someone or sleep talk?
No. Again, I don't think I've ever actually seen X sleepwalk. I've just seen the results of it. You know, an empty bed.
I'm worried. about X.
Yeah, I kind of am too.
Really?
Yeah.
So you've met them?
I've met X.
No, like
I'm confused. I think X just misses home. The monastery. I don't know if it's my. I wanted to do something to cheer up X because Stag and I literally just learned that their monastery burned down. They lost their home and everything in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really, really sad, actually.
Yeah.
I would just keep an eye on X. If they ever do things or say things that don't seem very X-like.
Okay.
Does Bar want to do like an inside check or something?
Yeah,
I'll Jaisha.
What am I even rolling for this?
So
I'm not lying.
I don't think you're lying,
Yeah.
but there is like an omission of the truth, and you're beating around the bush about something. So
Okay.
persuasion, deception, whatever you feel. You could just do a straight charisma roll too if you don't feel either of those.
They're both the same, so I'll just do either one. I hate this disadvantage. Okay, I got an
You
11.
shouldn't have told me you were tired.
You beat me. I got a 9. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I think
Just barely.
I think with a 9, like Baru catches something. What is it?
I think Baru catches the fear that Jaisha is experiencing. I think that is hard for Jaisha to hide throughout this conversation, and Baru can capture that this isn't just concern for X that Ray has. Ray is scared of X for some reason.
Of X, okay.
Of X.
So let's engage as of X. Oh, how is... Okay. I think as Bar would come to like a stop and kind of tilt their head to the side as they look to Jaisha with a very... I think when it comes to confusion, Baru wears that on their face very openly. They don't even try to hide that, and it's very much like a dog, a puppy looking at the owner in confusion. They kind of look at Jaisha. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I just want us all to be safe. That's all. You,
And,
Stag, 0.
and X could put that in threat. What's going on?
I just think we should watch out for them. We don't know a lot about them, I don't really share very much.
I mean, yeah, I suppose, but did something happen for you to be scared of them?
And I think Jaisha kind of like looks around at the street, at all of the people kind of bustling by at the different stalls and whatnot, and they kind of like take a beat. They grab Baru by the hand, and I think they yank her into like an alleyway.
It's the lover's alleyway.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Vanna.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's fine. It can be the lover's alleyway.
Absolutely kidding.
Jaisha has a secret crush on everybody, apparently.
Jaisha is all of us. No, just kidding. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh, I was hoping to take you here actually myself.
Oh my god. Hello? Excuse me?
Let the taste.
Oh my god.
And I think Jaisha like pulls Baru into an alleyway and kind of goes, I had a dream last night that didn't feel like a dream. And in that dream, I met X. Well, not X, actually. They called themselves Agony. and they said that X has made a home for them inside of themselves.
Okay. And was this a dream or a vision?
I was asleep, so I guess technically a dream, but it didn't feel like a dream. Bart. And when I woke up next to X, and I saw remnants of agony on X when we woke up. I think there's something X isn't telling us.
We can look into it, but X hasn't done anything strange. They've been any kind. Haven't mentioned anything about agony or anyone named that.
X has killed before.
No.
I know it sounds out there, but they have.
Who?
I know that they have.
How
That
can
I don't know. I don't know the details, but look, I know that Stag knows too.
How? How do you all know this?
They said something once. I think in Ciro's bog when we were all together. They said something and it slipped out, I think, without maybe them meaning to. Look, we need to talk to them, maybe? I don't know, but we need to figure out what it is that they're hiding.
I mean, we can talk to them. I doubt they... I was there in the bog with all of you. I didn't hear anything about X killing.
Well, we can ask Stag. I know that Stag noticed too.
Okay, we can just ask X.
What if they lie?
Oh no, it just seems like we're going off of a dream and something only two people in the same room as everyone else heard. I don't know, unless Zero heard it as well, and I'm the only one that missed it, but I was there and I didn't hear anything about killing.
I know it's a lot. I know it's a big thing to accuse somebody of, but I that dream didn't feel like a dream, Baro. I don't know what to tell you. It felt very real, and agony is... If agony is inside of X, we're not safe. And maybe X isn't safe either. Maybe this isn't even X's fault. I don't...
Okay, yeah, okay. We just get everyone together and ask.
And Jaisha, I think, like, winces at the suggestion of just asking. Wait. We can try, but I really don't think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Why don't we talk to Stag first?
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
And I think it's about this time that you walk up to the forge, and the clanging of metal and just the crackling of multiple huge infernos in several stone forges just sort of drowns out the noise of the city street and the thick smog coming out of the fires clouds your vision. And that's where we're going to leave it today. and we'll jump back in and see how shopping goes and how just a cool group check-in goes.
This is an intervention. We're all worried about it.
We're all worried about
We're worried that you are possessed by a demon. Do you know about this?
Oh my god, please perform an exorcism. Let's go.
That's my wish. That's my wish. I want to do an exorcism.
But thank y'all so much for hanging out today for I mean, I'm into it. For Higher Education episode 9. We will be back next week with episode 10. Hope you can make it 3 p.m. ET, same bat place, same bat channel. But until then, let's check in with our players and see what they got going on. Connie, you want to tell us your secrets?
It's me, Connie, telling your secrets. My pronouns are they, he, and she. I have been Mystagogue Stag Graves right here on Higher Education. When I'm not here on Higher Education, I am the game master and creative producer behind Transplanar RPG, which is an all transgender, POC-led dark fantasy TTRPG show set in an original non-colonial anti-Orientalist world. Our 8th and final arc of our first ever main campaign on Transplanar RPG, The Second Stranger, is airing literally right now. We stream Saturdays at 8 p.m. US Eastern time, which is today in like 2 hours, under 2 hours. So you should definitely head over to Transplanar RPG and tune in, give us a listen. Everything's pre-recorded with full sound effects, background music, edits, audio mixing, all of that done by C. Thomas, our incredible VOD editor, and Mike Graham, our audio mixer, and Hamna's in it, C's in it as players. It's awesome. I GM 8 players at a table, and it's basically like the L Word, but a lot more diverse, meets the literal end of the fucking world, the apocalypse. And we're in the middle of fighting the big bad, because it's our final season. It's our grand boss fight finale. That's enough time that I've taken up, but I'd love to see all of you in chat for Arc 8, Episode 3 tonight, 8 p.m. US Eastern Time on twitch.tv Transplanar RPG. And I'm going to pass along introductions over to Hamna, because I picked you for intros, and I'll pick you again.
You know what? That's fine. Today is chaos mode. We're taking everything and shaking it up. So hello, everybody. My name is Hamna. I use any and all pronouns, and I am a TTRPG performer. Today, I have been Jaisha, who uses they, ray pronouns. And you can find me on Twitter at @shahid_, where I talk about all of the different projects that I'm a part of. I'm on a variety of different APs right now, so if you want to know where I am at any given point in time, Twitter is the place to read with your eyeballs or with your earballs to know where I am. And Connie already said we are going to be on Transplanar tonight. But otherwise, the next place that you can find me is on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be over on Going Crit RPG's channel playing Eater One by Night, which is our Vampire the Masquerade campaign. I play a absolutely unhinged cop-killing fledgling vampire, and they're having a time right now. We just performed an exorcism actually in that campaign. So yeah, you should come watch. It's a great time. And with that, I will pass it over to Drac.
Hi, I'm Drac, or Draconics. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics, that's DRAKONIQUES. I played Beauregard, the Gorgon inventor. You can find me honestly all over the place. On Tuesdays, I'm going to be guesting over on Cantrip Breakers in a campaign called Mornvale, I believe. And I'll be bringing back my barbarian Eladrin Goliath, the half elf, half Goliath. And it's been a lot of fun playing her. Right after that, on Tuesdays, I'm over on Table Story in a campaign called Kingmakers, where I play I usually say like a disgraced king, but after what happened last episode, all I'm gonna say is that we went to a different realm. So I have no power here, but the realm is very interesting. I bought a whole new costume for it because we all like changed themes and everything when we stepped through the portal. So go catch that. I think you're gonna enjoy what I got for my costume. But on Saturdays, I'm here. Hi, hello. And on Monday, I think this coming Monday, we're going to have part 2 of our Spelljammer mini-series over on Paradise Prod. Paradise with the word dice, and then prod for short production, where I play a pirate, a space pirate. Listen, shush. I play a pirate
vampire artificer.
Who is
Drax genders.
Vampire, artificer, or pirate. That's my gender. But yeah, I'm doing a bunch of cool things that are also currently in the works to keep an eye out, because one of them is very close to coming to fruition. But yeah, I'm going to throw it over to C.
Oh my gosh, that's me. Hi everyone, my name is Cia, use they them pronouns. You can find me making very transpheric air on the internet at PieSharpArt. If you liked what I did here tonight, I don't know, you're welcome. And you can find me on all the places that I do other things, like tonight. Making very chaotic, very gay choices on Transplanter RPG. As always, Connie already did that plug, so just come tune in and watch, because it's a big hefty episode tonight, but it's well worth it. So hope to see you there tonight. I'm also in a bunch of different stuff that's coming up. On Thursdays, you can find me and Humna playing the second part of our finale of the first season of the Mythic Initiative over on Vio Cologne's channel. So check that out. And I am also in an upcoming game called Blighted North, where I will be playing Polar Bear Ranger. Yes, I will ride a polar bear into battle. And that's going to be over on Gut Punch RPG starting on Wednesdays next week or the week after. So just keep an eye out on the Twitters for that, because it is sexy as hell. So that's really cool. And I'm in a bunch of upcoming stuff. So just check out my Twitter to see what I'm up to at any given time. And with that, I'll pass it back to Vanna.
Thank you so much. I thought you were going to be the polar bear, so I'm just a little disappointed.
Me too. Honestly, I would have been more disappointed if you were being a polar bear, because we agreed that we're going to be bear friends in the next.
I was holding for you, Drac. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm in my bear era.
Oh, yeah. Your bear. Your bear.
Okay, what kind of bear? Are we talking about like bear, or are we talking bear?
A polar bear. Oh.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I thought
she, they, bear. You know what I mean? That's gender.
You know what? That's a gender. Yeah, literally. I was just gonna say that.
I've been Vanna, and I probably will be, unfortunately, for the foreseeable future.
Unfortunately.
But I've been your GM and your producer, and I stream here on this channel, hypothetically, full time, and you can catch me here playing games, or I've been doing cooking streams recently. So yeah, make sure you drop a follow and check me out on the Twitter. You can do !worm in the chat to get my Twitter link. At the titular website, if you like worm on a string, you'll love this.lol. And yeah, thank you so much for being here with us today. We hope to see you next week, and we should have a live with us, so that's something to look forward to. In the meantime, let's go drop some love on a friend, drop some hype, hug, heart emotes, whatever you got, and drop a follow, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.